Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome back to Last Nerds on Earth presents The Five Crystals, a D&D adventure. I'm Mike, your host this week. I also play Oliver Blackthorn, the teenage halfling rogue. Just a quick editing note, we did have some technical difficulties at the beginning of this session in the form of our DM not pressing record on our main recording program. We do still have the backup audio, so it's just about 20 minutes or so of slightly lower quality in the beginning. With that out of the way, we're very excited to be welcoming Venice from Fate's Grip as a special guest. He's a great guy and we all had a blast doing make-believe stuff with him. We last left our heroes after speaking with a black dragon. He told them he was looking for a crown that's likely under a black obelisk nearby, surrounded by undead. Will they survive this brutal swamp? Let's find out together.
So let's go ahead and get into the session. Where we last left off our individuals. What was it, 722? No. Really? Yeah, okay. The heroes had bedded down for the evening when they were viciously attacked by an array of different blights, plant-like creatures of varying degrees and sizes. Aligrax was able to cut one down very quickly. Rain's alarm spell popped off and woke everybody else up. Aligrax didn't wake anybody else up, where they then engaged in combat. And after a short but bloody fight, where Rain almost died again, they were able to destroy these creatures. Let's see, after that... Okay, everybody goes down to sleep except for Aligrax, and then following him, Carly, for the watch, but Oliver was able to sleep throughout the night. Unfortunately, his sleep was not restless. In his slumber...
Restful?
It was not restless. That's good.
Restless, but it was very, very.
He slept
upsetting.
like a log.
Yeah, I hate all of you. All right, it was not very restful. There was a dark and twisted vision that filled his mind and did not allow him to recover any of his health or ability powers. Nobody immediately noticed Oliver, but they did question his mood. He said he just didn't sleep very well. And then his wounds were healed by Carly and Rain. And after that, they came across a trio of figures standing in a very small clearing. After a little holy investigation by Aligrax, they discovered that these were in fact zomboys, or zombies as they're more canonically called. After a short discussion, they decided to sneak around. All was well until Aligrax tried to sneak. He tripped, fell, and dropped his coconut into the swamp. He did recover it, however. Being the only one that could see, the zombies began to move towards him. The others got a chance to attack these zombies, and they were able to take them out very quickly. Oliver teleported his ring into the brain of one of the zombies. Carly delivered a fiery blast to the remaining two, and Rain deals damage to both of them as well. Oliver, leaping off of the back of Rain and doing a sweet, like, mid-air double blade slice, chopped their heads off. It was badass.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
They help Aligrax to his feet, recover the ring, and continue on their journey. They came upon a clearing that had a small pond in it and a island of varying degrees of foliage. Right? Foliage, whatever. Just sort of mounded up together. Upon closer inspection, they realized it was a shambling mound. However, Aligrax was able to intimidate it away, but not before Rain noticed that there was a sword sticking out of the side of it. After this, they moved on. They crossed the paths of a few creatures that seemed to be drained of their life force, and they knew that they were getting closer to their quarry. Moving through the swamp, Rain was climbing up a hill when it turned into a black dragon. Turned out to be a black dragon, rather. After having a short discussion with the black dragon and realizing he wasn't going to kill them, it was revealed unto them that the black dragon was looking for a crown. It was the twin crown of Uth Tower. He promised great rewards and riches for the collection of the crown. Rain had started off the conversation. I don't want to leave this out. I skipped over it, but Rain started off with a shouting in Draconic, "Bring it on, bitch." The dragon laughed it off, luckily, because he has laughed it off, and he promised them great riches for the return of the crown of Uth Tower. They continued moving through the swamp in a more pointed direction after some information gathered from the black dragon, whose name was Vorag Hamandar. And I know I didn't say it right in the podcast, so hopefully I'll say right tonight. They moved ever forward and eventually found a castle as the sun was setting that was not too far off the beaten path. Well, it wasn't actually a beaten path, but the path that they were following. They took some time to inspect it. Nothing was inside, no traps were sprung, and they bedded down in an abandoned barracks for the evening, grateful for a roof over their heads after the perilous trek through the mud and muck. God, I don't want to read these every time we do a session. That hurt.
Yeah, that was a novel, dude.
Yeah, you don't usually.
And boys, I was paraphrasing. I did it mostly for the benefit of our viewers because we actually do have some viewers tonight. So yeah, I'm thinking of
Quick catch up from the podcast.
So that is sort of where we rejoin our heroes. It is evening. I do have a quick question for y'all. Is anybody taking watch?
Yeah,
Oliver took the first.
Oliver's taking the first watch. Oliver,
Yes, sir.
before we get too far into it, let the podcast begin. Okay.
Ooh, yay.
So I'm gonna put that back at the beginning,
Yeah, thanks.
like when we actually started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we bed down, I will
my
set up.
editors. Thank you.
I will set up another alarm spell before we bed down. But
Okay, that's fine. That's only in a 20-foot key or square, right? So it won't cover the entire area of the castle. It's a fairly decent-sized castle.
I'll center it more,
Just
like
sort of,
towards away from the wall.
I'll tell you, you could probably get like the front entrance of one of the barracks if you wanted to, and like half of it.
Then I'll do that. Like I'll pick an area where something is most likely to come at us,
Okay.
and that's where I'm going to center it at.
Gotcha. Oliver, are you just inside sort of sitting up? Or are you pacing around? What's sort of your method of keeping watch, considering you guys are in an enclosed building with no windows?
Probably just sitting up near everyone else. Maybe outside the room that they're in.
Okay, the barracks that you guys are in, they're not like Navy barracks, okay? It's like Army barracks. They just have one giant box. So if you wanted to keep a watch like outside of the barracks, that's fine. Or if you wanted to stay inside, that's okay too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just sit outside the door.
Okay.
Probably where I'd take post.
All right, so roll me a perception check.
14 plus 4, 18.
18. Very nice. So everybody sort of gets settled in and you sort of bid them good night and you walk out the front door and there's a little stoop and you decide to take a sit down on there. And not very soon or not very long after the sun sets or what light you can see has faded from the sky, a gentle mist begins to fall. And you sit through your watch and you hear a varying degree of noises and sounds, but as you're becoming more and more familiar with the swamp, it's nothing unusual or unnatural. And your watch goes through unabated. Is that the right word? Whatever. Nothing happens. Who's next? Who are you waking up?
I'll wake up Carly.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. Oh,
Hey, I'm getting pretty tired, so can you just stay up for a little bit? And
oh yeah, you are a
stand
grown
some
boy. You need your sleep, don't you?
yeah, I really do.
All right. Well, bed down. I got it.
I'm already in the bed. Good night.
All right, I'm gonna pretty much just pace around a bit and then settle in a spot near the entrance where we came in.
Okay. So you're not outside though?
I'm gonna check outside, but I'm not gonna sit out there the whole time.
Okay, no worries. So go ahead and roll me a perception check.
This time I have 4 different d20s because I rolled bad last time. Oh man, I'm taking that one out of the mix. 4 plus 1, 5.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are sort of pacing around, but you sort of settle down as well. And the only thing you can really hear is the mist that was coming down slowly turn into rain. Not your ranger buddy, but actual weather. And you do not notice anything throughout your watch. There is one more left. Who's it going to be?
I'm going to wake up Rain.
Okay. Rain.
Are you gonna tell him it's hemming outside?
Yeah. Hey Rain. hey Rain.
What? Oh, I'm awake.
Hey, yeah, it's your turn, and it sounds a little like you outside.
Don't make me smack you first thing in the morning. All right.
All right, I go to bed.
I'm gonna saunter out to the stoop, set up shop for keeping watch.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Dang nabbit, 9.
All right. Okay.
Y'all
And
don't
I
do
have
well
a
when you're
decent
tired.
perception too. Dice just hate me.
I know. I'm very surprised that 9 came across our tables. So the rain sort of comes and goes. The U sort of comes and goes, but it stays pretty consistent throughout the night. And as you're looking out, and basically just to refresh your orientation, you guys are at the back of this, basically just 4 walls with the crumbled corner, and you see all the way at the front a 4-legged creature walk in front of the gate, where the gate used to be. And you can't really tell exactly what it is, but you see what you assume is its head turn and look at you, and then it continues on its way. And it is the end of your shift.
Okay, I mean that's nice.
Aligrax,
Yep.
you do not have a very good night's sleep.
Well, that's disappointing.
You find yourself in a box. It's completely black. It's immovable. As much as you try to struggle, you can't seem to push out of it, but you do see off in the distance something coming towards you. And suddenly it shifts and morphs into a large skeletal hand that moves its way almost as a snake and gently places its forefinger onto your forehead. And suddenly you're back at your childhood home, where you grew up watching your mother and father. You know, at this point in your life, it's after your mother died. But you haven't left yet. You walk into the main hall where your father does most of his business. And you're surprised, a little confused when you see your mother standing in front of him. And they're talking, and they seem cordial, to say the least. Your mother turns to face you, and she gives you a big smile, and all of a sudden, her scales begin to melt away. They bleed off of her as if runny paint from a sculpture. And beneath it, you can see her flesh, her muscles, and they're moving and they're twitching, and she comes towards you and outspreads her arms. And you're confused, and you're shocked, and you're terrified, and you want to move, and you don't know if you want to move towards her or away from her. You want to help, or you want to flee this disgusting vision of what was a pillar of your life. But you can't move. No matter what direction you try to choose, you cannot move. And she takes another step towards you, and suddenly her muscles begin to slough off. And suddenly you are just looking at a skeletal image of what your mother once was. And as she gets closer and closer to you, her eyes are still in her skull, and they're piercing into you. And as she steps closer, her mouth opens and opens and opens much further than it should. And it wraps around your skull, and it begins pressing and pressing. And you can feel the pressure, and the blood vessels in your face and your head are slowly starting to burn. And you wake up.
What in the world?
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm visibly shaky at this point. A bad dream. Awful dream.
Must have been awful. I've never seen you like this.
It's nothing, I'm sure. This place is... I don't like this place.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I think we need to kill that thing, whatever it is, and get the heck out of here. And does anybody have pancakes? That cheers me up. No? No pancakes? Okay.
No, Carly, I don't think any of us have pancakes.
All
I
right.
don't know where we'd be able to make those right now.
Well, I used to keep some.
I believe that.
I have
Yeah, right in my hair.
scones.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone for a scone?
Yeah, I'll have a scone.
Yeah, I'll take a
That's-
scone. Sure.
Let's get the heck out of here.
For once, Carly, I think I agree with you.
Oh, I thought we agreed all the time. We agreed to, like, race and stuff, and I think that was about it.
All right, for twice, Carly, I agree with you.
All right, so are you guys packing up, getting ready to go?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so gear gathered up, and you guys are making your way out of the castle. Rain, roll me a survival check real quick. Sorry, let me get the order of march real quick.
Okay, I'm out front,
Okay.
I'm going to be in the back like I've been.
I'm right
and I
back.
rolled that survival check anyway, so it's 15 whenever we get to that.
Okay, I was still going to have you roll it. Okay, so without much hesitation, you're able to sort of reorientate yourselves and find the direction that you were headed, and you guys make your way towards the direction that the Black Dragon, I can't say his name too many times or else my tongue will fall off, the direction that he sent you. And you guys are walking for probably a good 2 or 3 hours. And as you're moving through the swamp, you've noticed that the colors, which once, I mean, at the edge, disgusting as it was and sort of foreboding, were still bright and interesting and different. But you get closer or further and further in, it gets gray. Like they lose their colors. The once very vibrant green plants are just more of like a mottled grayish green. The beautiful frogs and birds and all sorts of different animals that you see are just gray. They're losing their color, and you don't hear as many birds, and you don't hear as many creatures stirring. And you keep moving forward. Roll me a survival check, or Rain, perception.
19.
19. Okay. So moving up ahead, there's a small, like, cluster of trees, and you've been in pretty thick trees so far. The trees around you are massive, and you're basically climbing and walking on their roots. But there's a small cluster, more shrubs than trees. Let's call them shrubs. Everybody cool with shrubs? Quick vote?
Shrubs work.
Shrubs works.
Shrubs, okay.
Yeah.
Shrubs are good.
Shrubs.
Okay, excellent. Glad we cleared that up. Some shrubs, and you notice there's a pair of legs sticking out of it. They're animal in nature. They have hooves on them, and upon closer inspection, you notice it is a deer in the shrubs. And everything is fairly normal, except for the fact that it is moving, and half of it, just half, is completely skeletal.
Okay.
And it's not like half of it got eaten. It's just a complete, smooth, like, cut. Not a cut, but it's just like, see, I don't want to say something and then put something in y'all's brains that, oh, this is what I'm trying to hint at, but I'm trying to describe this. Like,
Is it like bottom half normal deer, top half skeleton deer?
yeah, like from the hindquarters up to the face. Just skeleton. And it's
Fun.
super fun.
Yeah.
That looks weird.
That don't seem right. I'm reasonably confident it's not supposed to be like that.
No, I don't think
Alright.
so.
Well, we should probably look around a bit and then keep moving. I'd like to do a perception check.
Okay, go ahead.
13.
13. All right. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just sort of keeping an eye out for stuff?
I'm looking for something that's going to attack us.
There doesn't seem to be anything present right now, but we'll have you guys move on from this location. You walk for probably another hour, and things are just getting grayer and dark, and the trees are getting more gnarled and just like crusty. What? Crusty? Yeah, just go with it. All right. Crusty.
Gross.
It is gross. Crispy. So, yes, even crispy. So, you come to a clearing. The trees just end. And you look out, and it's this huge, like football-sized, American football-sized field. And the first thing you guys notice is in the very center is a large black obelisk. And the second thing you guys notice is the hordes of zombies scattered around this field.
How many?
Roll me a perception check.
I'm gonna roll one as well.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Perception, it's an 11.
Got a 9.
A lot. A lot.
15.
All right, fine.
14.
Oliver, you got a 15?
Yeah.
There's 52.
Well, it looks like there's about 52 of them. If I were to guess.
So I'll take
How many-
this 40.
How many rings you have? How many rings you have, buddy?
I only got the one ring,
Oh,
and
man.
it seems like it only works once without some brutal consequences.
Oliver, just
Yeah, you threw up.
you notice cracking and crunching of plants and trees to the right of you as two zombies make their way out of the bush, and then they're coming right at you. They're reaching out to grab you when suddenly their hands fall off, and they look down at their
Gross.
hands and they look at you, and then their heads fall off.
Gross.
And standing beside their falling bodies is a male half elf.
Well, you just came in the nick of time there, mate.
Perhaps.
You all right there?
Perhaps. A bit dirty, but otherwise fair. Well, hello.
Hello
Hello.
there. Who are you, mate?
Hello, indeed.
Pretty sweet.
Are you as lost as I am? Well,
No, we're actually here on purpose, unfortunately.
but I can surmise from that stunt of yours that you're not with the zombies. Just happened to come across them, actually. On my way to... Well, I don't really know where I am. But thank you. Perhaps you were the nick of time group. Why are you here? See that big black obelisk there? Uh-huh. We're looking for it. And I suppose we're not looking for it anymore.
Yeah, we sort of just found it now.
Yeah, it's like right there, man.
Why? Well, big dragon told us to look for it. It's kind of a long story. Probably saved best for after these zombies are dead.
Oh, well, I could show you the dragon, and I do a minor illusion of the black dragon with a purple glow. He told me I could.
I'm immediately going to put my long sword in front of me and step back and probably just go on my ass on the ground, looking up in awe and a bit of fear. My other hand ready to do something, and looking around. Is that him?
Yeah, that's just him.
He's a lot bigger.
There's nothing to worry about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is not real. He just told me I could do this. I asked him, and then he was cool about it. He was a pretty cool dragon, actually.
Well, a black dragon. No, I've not come across one before, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, he speaks common. That's very weird, right?
If you say so. Elgrax is going to reach his hand out to pull our new friend up. I'll take it. Thank you. What's your name, stranger? Tirolo. I've been out here for days. I lost my map back a whiles back, and I was hunting, and this area was thought to be good for just a challenge, but I somehow got misplaced. But thank you. I really appreciate you coming to my aid. Well, seems we have a mutual benefit to each other, Tirolo. My name's Aligrax. Aligrax? Tirolo, I'm sorry. Perhaps, what are these zombies doing at the moment? Are they just looking in at our conversation? Or?
No, they have not noticed you guys yet. They're far enough away that they haven't really heard anything. So yeah, as of right now, the zombies haven't noticed you. They haven't done anything. They're milling about. They're walking back and forth. They're not really looking at anything right now. They're just sort of like being zombies, man.
I'll just lower my voice and say, are these... They're not supposed to be... What are they doing here? Well,
That's sort of what we're trying to find out too, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
We're looking for this thing that drains the life out of people. That's about it so far. We just want to get rid of it.
Quite frankly, I don't care what the zombies were doing before we got here. All I know is that now they'll be dying. And obviously my cape's going to billow in the wind.
Yes, it does
Obviously.
billow. Actually, hang on.
You have to roll performance.
No, I'm doing it for you because it's a living cape. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. But yes, it does
It's not
billow.
Doctor Strange's
and
cape.
No, it does billow, and it looks awesome.
Do you strike a pose with it?
Of course he does.
Of course.
Of course he does.
Torello is thoroughly impressed.
Rightfully so. How do we reckon it's best to tackle this shambling problem we have here?
I'll just look to the group and wait.
How about the original plan? How many of those Molotov cocktails you got left?
Let's
Five
see.
does seem to be pretty effective.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7.
All right. Should we all grab one and chuck them?
Before we do that, I mean, if we're gonna do that, what about we try to get them all together, then chuck them? That way we can hit a bunch of them at the same time.
All right. So who's running train?
Once we go out there, they're all gonna, converge on us anyway. So we just need someone in to play bait.
I'll just I'll just take my shield off my back, and you notice that it's just a plain circular metal shield with a painting of a blank scroll on it, and I'll say, "Well, for my rescue," and I'll just start moving forward, volunteering.
All right.
I'm gonna grab him.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. So this is a sort of interesting encounter. I'm not gonna have you guys fight 52 zombies. Okay, because
come on.
I
You don't have 5 hours?
I've
Think
got
of the XP.
Yeah, well, you guys go by milestones, so that doesn't matter.
Dang it.
So basically, what we're gonna do is you guys are going to attempt to get to the obelisk. That's essentially where the dragon told you your goal was. And looking closer, you do notice that at the base of the obelisk is essentially an opening. And so that's essentially where you're headed. So what we're going to do is you guys are going to make your way towards there. This is a little bit weird. I'm kind of homebrewing this one a little bit and seeing how it works. But you guys are going to try to get through the zombies. I'm going to have you guys say, okay, I want to do this. And if you guys succeed, then you move forward as a group. So it's
How far away is the opening?
It's 120 feet.
Okay.
And you guys basically all have 30 feet as a group. So if you succeed, we'll go forward. If not, you'll stop and maybe have to fight one or two.
Now, can we try to sneak?
You can try to sneak. There's not a problem with, if you guys want to sneak, you can. It is a completely open field. It would have to be Oliver rolling a nat 20 to get through there. But if you guys want to try to sneak, you can. In all seriousness, you guys can try to sneak if you'd like to. Or you can try to bait them this way or bait them that way, or you can try to sort of maneuver through them. It's whatever you guys want to try to do, and then we'll roll for it.
Or we could power train it, put our tankiest people up front, and just ram our way through.
I like the sound of that.
Just barrel
sounds fun.
over anything. I mean, they're just zombies. They're kind of dumb. So as long as we keep moving, there's not a lot they can do to us.
All right then, boys. Let's slice and dice our way through.
I want to pull out my short sword and jump on Algark's back.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna before we do anything, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. So that gives you like what, +5 or something?
+2.
+2. What gives? Oh, Carly's shield thing. Okay. So Shield of Faith.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I'd like to cast Shield of Faith on Rain because he likes to go down.
Okay.
I don't enjoy
Good
doing
cleric.
down. It just happens.
Blast Powder says, "Get the zombies, guys." I hope they don't. I hope they all die.
We don't have to get all of them. We just have to get through.
That's right. So let's begin. Paint it for me. Aligrax, you're in the front, halfling on your shoulder. Where's everybody else?
as whichever way they're facing, one on top of the other, I'm going to face the opposite direction away from them, so that and my shield is out and I'm almost adjacent towards the front, just trying to move with them and try and block any attacks that come our way.
Gotcha. So if they're facing sort of 45 to the left, you're 45 to the right.
Yep.
Spartan style. Gotcha. Carly and Rain, you guys are behind them, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're gonna follow that order and just face each direction, so we're all looking at all directions.
Okay, gotcha. So are we sprinting or are we sort of moving slow, like walking?
I reckon walking.
Okay.
30 feet a turn.
All right. So you guys sort of get into position. You look out into the field. Your first objective is 30 feet away. It is 3 separate zombies. They're all humanoid in shape, all of varying sizes, anywhere between 5 to 6 feet and roughly about the size. What would you guys like to try to do to get past these guys?
I'd like to punch them with my sword.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire a firebolt at one of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot him with my bow.
Gotcha.
I'll just try and shove one away with my shield.
All right. So here's how we're going to do this. And then Oliver, what would you like to do? Stabby?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna be running defense for Aligrax. Just anything coming at him, I'll swing at.
Right. So basically with that, I would probably give, if they try and attack, I'll give them a disadvantage since you're playing D.
Okay.
So let's go
Nice.
ahead and roll our D20s, and I will ask you in a particular order how you did. And Aligrax, you'll add your strength, or your basically your attack. To Rollo, you're gonna do a strength check to push one of these guys off, and then Carly, if you're doing a spell attack, roll that,
Yep.
and then Rain, roll me a ranged attack. Second, and then Oliver, roll me a dex check, just a straight dexterity check.
Okay. Ooh. 2 + 4, 6.
Okay, so Oliver, you got a mad
Wanna fall off right away?
6. Aligrax, what'd you roll?
What am I modifying it with? My
Your strength. Or
Strength?
Sorry, it'd be a melee attack. So I think
melee attack,
that's-
alright. Then 26.
Venice,
I rolled a 19.
or sorry, Torolo, 19. Excellent. Rain, you're muted.
18.
Don't even have to guess. Carly,
19 + 4, 23.
23. Okay. So Carly, you're going to be expending spell slots if you use them like a level 1 or 2.
This is a cantrip.
Right, I was just letting you know, but everybody else is just sort of pushing through. So here's what happens. In formation, Aligrax and Venice are sort of the point of this phalanx. You guys move up to these zombies with a quick strike. Aligrax is able to cut one completely in half. However, the one in the center reaches out and strikes him. He was unable to defend against his attack, and Oliver was unable to stop it, unfortunately. And so he's going to take a little bit of damage. Venice, you're able to Torolo, you're able to push one off. He falls back and basically just sort of breaks in half, and he's still sort of crawling at you, but he's not getting anywhere near. Carly and Rain quickly dispatch of the last one that attacked Aligrax. Aligrax, you're taking 6 damage, buddy.
Ouch.
Yeah. All right, so we're moving up to, you guys have moved past him, you've moved 30 feet. Your next objective is a very large zombie. He is big and beefy. Actually, I wouldn't call him beefy, he's more rotund than anything else. And he's sort of looking at you and he's like, which is zombie for delicious. So what do you guys want to attempt to do to stop this zombie from eating you?
Well, if this were a normal type of encounter, could I like get some sort of bonus for using a divine smite, since these guys are undead and presumably don't like radiant damage?
Yes. So if you want a divine smite, I'd just give you a straight advantage on your strength, but you'd have to use one of your slots.
Yeah, that's okay. Nah, I don't need it.
Okay. So you're gonna just roll me a melee attack. Venice, what would you like to try to do?
I'm just going to try and wave my hands in the air and with a low voice say, but commanding to it, say, over here, and just raise my shield up and say, for Ogma, and just keep as close to the pack as I can, but try and get its attention.
Okay, so I want you to roll me a. Let's do performance on that one. Roll me a performance check, and then Rain, Oliver, Carly. What do you guys want to do? We'll start with Rain.
Since this guy looks like he's hefty,
He's blubbery.
how far away is he?
He's about 30 feet. If you need it for a measurement, he's exactly 30 feet. But in your mind's eye.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm gonna switch to my short swords,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hit him with ensnaring strike.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me an attack roll for that.
Because of the way the spell is, I can't use it with my bow, so... Sec. 17?
Just FYI, you can hit him with your arrow. Yeah, it's just with a weapon attack.
Okay, I thought it had to be at close range, like a melee attack for that.
No, man. I'm almost certain. I'll have to double check, but I'm like pretty sure. I might have to ask somebody about this, but I'm pretty sure a bow is a weapon.
I mean, yeah. But...
Well, so the question is the bow the weapon or is the arrow the weapon?
Ooh.
Well, okay.
Well, is the gun the
Is
weapon
the
or
gun
is
a
the
weapon or
bullet
bullet weapon? Yeah, Mikey beat me.
Are you going to allow me to use my bow?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Fuck him
Alright,
up.
then I'm going to use my bow for an ensnaring strike. Let me roll that 22 to hit.
Okay, so got 22 on that one. Oliver, I haven't gotten Aligrax or Venice's, or sorry, Torello's, but I will. Oliver.
So Aligrax did a hit on him, a swing.
Uh-huh.
So he's within melee range, right up on him.
You guys are up in his face.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna jump off Aligrax's shoulders. And how tall is he compared to Aligrax?
This guy is 8 feet tall, so I think he's like a full 3 feet or 2 feet above you, something like that. Yeah, 2 feet above you.
So I'm gonna jump off Aligrax's shoulders and try to just jab my sword right in his chest and then bring it down.
Okay, roll me an attack roll on that, and then Carly, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go with my good old favorite, Firebolt.
Firebolt. All right, so Aligrax, what was your D20 roll?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, I like it. Chirolo, for your performance?
17.
17. Okay. Rain was a 22. Carly,
17.
17. Okay. Well, if you guys had failed, I was going to give Aligrax advantage because Chirolo made it. So basically what happens is this big lumbering blob just comes, and as he's about to swipe at Aligrax, he notices Chirolo just sort of waving and pell-mell, and he goes to swing at Chirolo, and his big maw is coming down when all of a sudden an arrow pierces his arm, and vines spring out, whip around, and like stick him to the ground, and he's still standing, but he's like trapped on the ground. Oliver basically does a running leap, but he sort of has to run alongside Aligrax's shoulder, and he kicks off of his head, and he flies up, and as he's flying up, a fireball shoots underneath him, and it lands in the ogre's face, like the ogre zombie's face, and then his his sword lands right in his skull, and he starts to fall off of it, but he hangs on, and then Aligrax comes in and quick disembowelment. Very nicely done, guys.
Oh, right.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun. All right, so you guys are moving forward, and your next obstacle is in front of you, and it is not zombies. It's a giant pool of water, and you're not exactly sure how deep it is, but you know, Aligrax and Chirolo, as you guys get close, your feet sort of slip to where you can't touch anything. You guys step back. On either side, there is a zombie, but it is a pretty large pool that you guys might not be able to get around. It's probably about 20 feet across.
Are these zombies, particularly menacing?
I wouldn't hug them. They're
Wow.
regular zombies, but they're coming at you.
Well, I'm gonna meet them halfway.
All right, so you're going after, one's on the left, one's on the right. Which way do you want to go? You're facing left.
Let's go left. Nothing
All
left
right.
to chance.
So roll me a 20. I guess you're just attacking.
Yeah.
All right, Chirolo, what do you want to do?
I'll look and see the zombie on the left being taken care of, and I'll go to the right, shield up, long sword out, and just march towards him slowly.
Okay. Do you want to
Wanting to
attack?
attack.
Him? Okay.
Yeah, I'll attack him, and then I'll actually try and push him. No, actually, if I might try and shove him into the pool.
Nice. Okay, yeah, roll me a strength check on that one. Rain, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to shoot one of the zombies. Take a pot shot at him.
All right. And then Carly, what would you like to do?
So, Rain, were you going right or left?
I'll go left.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Tirolo, and I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on that guy before he gets to him.
Okay. So let me hear some D20s, Aligrax.
15.
Right, Trullo.
That's a whole 5 right there.
Yikes. Rain.
I got an 18.
18. And Carly, what did you get?
It is a natural 20, my friends.
Hey-oh! Wham, 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 wham!
Yay.
Thank you.
Your enthusiasm is unbridled. All right, so Aligrax, you go to swing down at the zombie. Was that with advantage?
Yeah, it was.
Ouch. Okay. You go to swing down at the zombie and it dodges your attack and quickly swings back at you and deals 5 damage to you.
I suppose the whole extra attack thing doesn't apply here.
This is a new system that I have, and I'm not in love with it right now, but we're just gonna push through. But no, extra attack, we're just doing like really quick stuff. So Torello, you go to push this zombie and your shield pushes into it and then just sort of slides off to the side, and you're unable to get him to really move at all. Luckily, a blast of flame shoots by you and buries into this guy's chest, and he just sort of melts like Raiders of the Last Ark style.
I'll look back and just give a good quick nod of appreciation.
And the last zombo on the left gets punctured in the head by Rain. So we'll have you guys move around this pond, and your last hurdle is a group of two large ogre zombies and 3 smaller ones. And this is actually where I'm going to have you guys roll initiative.
Hell yeah.
So we'll actually get some real fighting stuff in here really quick. So give me just a second.
Gotta love that initiative.
Oh yeah.
Dibs on the big one.
The way that the zombies are set up is there's 2 big boys in the back, 3 little boys in the front, and they're sort of set up like bowling pins. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then in between them, but in the back, 1, 2. All right, so 20 to 25 initiative, please.
I got a 21 for Rain.
21 for Rain, excellent. 15 to 20.
15.
16 for Tirolo.
All right, let's go 10 to 15.
14.
12.
Okay, and then let me roll for the zombos really quick. Oh, excellent. All right, so first up, we do have Rain. You are standing behind Aligrax and Tirolo. Carly is on your right. You've got 5 zombies, 2 big boys and 3 smaller ones. What do you do?
Okay, you know what? I kind of want to get rid of those smaller ones first, so they're not on us. Or trying to get rid of the big ones. So I'm gonna switch to my short swords, and I'm gonna dash on the closest small one.
All right, so that'd probably be the one straight in front of you. So we'll have you move up. Bam! Roll me an attack roll. Are you going to use your bonus action to imbue your shiz?
I am.
Excellent. I thought you might. So go ahead and roll me an attack roll for your first.
All right, it's gonna be 16 for my first one, and 10 for my second.
Okay, both of those hit. Bam, bam! Roll me damage.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So a total of 17 damage.
Boom! You come up and do some big boy carving on this badass, or on this little motherfucker. I don't know. On this zombie, you come up and you do like those chefs at the restaurants with the skillet stuff.
Yeah,
like
I'm just a whirlwind
Hibachi.
of sword.
That's all it is. You're just your wind and your blades, and that's it. And when you step back, both of his arms fall off.
I'll take it.
And he like looks at each one of his little stumps, and he's like,
I just give him my most charming smile.
They all kill you. They all attack you. No, I'm just kidding. They're dumb zombies. So he sort of. Next up in the order is Torolo.
All right, so directly in front of me, I'll probably follow suit and stride forward. But as I stride forward, the closest is within my movement range.
Yeah, they're actually all within movement. The big boys in the
Fantastic.
back are at 30,
Yeah.
but the ones in
Okay.
the front are 20, 25.
Okay, I'll go towards the small one of the small ones, and as I stride, I'm going to fire a firebolt at one.
Very nice. You want to do the one in the center that Rain's attacking, or one of the other two?
No, one of the other two.
Okay, right or left?
Draw his attention. Right.
Gotcha. Fire away, my friend.
That is an enormous 8 to hit.
That hits. That ties his armor class, and I do attackers get ties, so that hit. Roll me some damage.
5 points of fire damage.
5. Right.
And then I'll come up to him. I'll use my second action or second attack action to make a sword strike against him.
Strike
Finish
him
off.
down. Give me some attack rolls.
Oh my goodness, I've rolled 3s all day. That's another 8 to hit though.
That hits. Hey.
Jeez. Let's see. Okay, all right. That is 6 points of slashing damage.
All right. So you guys see your new half-elf friend make a deft maneuver, sort of blink, like twitch his hand, and a fireball comes out. It's not a fireball spell, but a fireball does come out. And it sort of streaks across and splashes across the zombie's chest. And then he walks up and cuts 2 slashes on his chest. And I got so distracted by my own description. How much damage was it again?
That was 6 points of slashing damage.
6 points of slashing damage. Okie dokie. And let's see. So next in the order is Carly.
All right, how close are these 3 guys to each other right now?
They are probably 5 feet away from each other.
All right, so I would like to cast Burning Hands at all of them in a 15-foot cone.
Okay, you know you're gonna hit Rain and Torolo.
Ooh. I'd like to move, so I'm not.
Okay, you can.
Don't sorcerers have a meta magic that lets them exclude their allies from area of effect things?
I think so, but I don't believe he chose that one.
I did not choose that one, no.
No,
That would have been a good one.
would have been a good one.
It would have been a good one.
In this instance, it would have been a good one. But yeah, he got distant and twin spell. So here's how we can do this. You can get right next to Rain and use your Burning Hands. That has a range of 5. Wait, Burning Hands is 5 feet, right? Or is it? It's not touch, is it? Oh, or make the range 30-foot spell with the range of touch. Okay, sorry, I'm reading through stuff. Apologize. So we'll have you get right on the right side of Rain, and you can catch the zombie he's fighting and both of the ogres, the ogre
Okay.
zombies. Does that work?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yep.
I need to roll a dexterity saving check, or is it damage?
Dex of 12.
Dex of 12. Okay, so this is for the zombie in front of Rain. Nat 1. Unfortunately,
Ooh.
it doesn't do double
Nice.
damage, but still. For the big ogre on the right, that is a 9, so that's not going to save. And the ogre on the left, that is a 4. These guys are rolling shitty. So they're all taking full damage, so why don't you roll me some damage?
Okay.
Burning hands, we're gonna light you on fire.
12 total.
12 damage total. So you guys see Carly move up. Smoke begins building up from his body. His chest begins to glow. The glow, boom, 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 like just whooshes through his chest, into his hands, into his palms, and he smacks them together. And once he does, a blast, fiery cone of flames shoots out from his hands, engulfing the zombie right in front of Rain, completely turning it to ash. And the other two, the 2 big ogre zombies, grunt and as flames wrap around their bodies, and they're not too happy about that. And you said it was 12?
Yes.
All right. I was going to do 12. You said nothing. So that is your turn. Aligrax, your go. Just to let you know, there is no zombie in front of Rain. There's one off to the left. There's one to the right that Torolo is dealing with. and then there are two big ogres sort of staggered behind them. Ogre zombies. Gotta be specific.
Now, Jack, which do you think I'm gonna go for?
Probably like the super small ones that aren't that big of a threat.
If they were low enough
Depends,
that
do
I
you
could
have your
bash their
coconut?
skulls in with a coconut, then maybe.
You know, does 1d4 damage.
But no, I'm gonna go for one of the big ones. Say the one on the left.
All right, so you're going to, the way that they're placed, you won't draw an attack of opportunity from the little zombie on the left. You'll be right next to him, attacking the one behind it, basically.
Sure thing. So bonus action, I'm gonna hunter's mark him.
Do it.
So he is marked.
Gotcha.
And now attack numero uno.
Oh.
Out of 2 and possibly 3 if I kill something. Alright, will a 10 hit?
It will, yeah.
Ooh, epic. Alright, and I am going to use the Divine Smite on this one.
Okay.
And they are undead, correct?
Yes, they are.
Beautiful.
Undead zombies.
Alrighty. Hold on. You know it takes me a while to add this stuff.
I know.
Alright, so first attack is gonna do 45.
Okay.
Assuming he's still standing.
He's still standing.
Now we're gonna go for another attack.
Hang on, I got a math now. I mean, he's still standing, but he's not looking good, man. You cut through him, this white light blasts through him, and he just old wounds that he had in life are opening up again, and goo and black ooze and green is just pouring out. Ugh.
Yikes. Alright, so I'm gonna guess a 15 hits.
15 does hit.
Beautiful, I love to hear that. And we're not gonna use a Divine Smite on this one. We're just gonna go plain old attack. Alright, that's going to be another 29.
29 damage. Okay, this white light crisscrosses and just. And he's still standing.
Ooh.
But then he
I
falls
don't
over
like
dead into the puddle of water.
Aw.
Psych, I got you.
Nice.
All
In that
right.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yep. Go ahead.
In that case, Great Weapon Master, I get
Great Weapon
a
Master.
bonus attack
That's right.
on... Yeah, let's go on the small one.
Yeah, it's the only one you can reach at this point.
How beat up does he look?
He's untouched.
Oh, untouched.
Yeah.
Alright, fine. 14 gonna hit?
14 hits.
Alrighty. 27.
27 damage. You swing, cut his head off. He's done skis.
There we go.
All right, so
Unfortunately, that doesn't stack.
yeah. Fortunately, it doesn't. Otherwise, it'd be a super short campaign. All right. Next up, we have Oliver. Technically, you're sitting on Aligrax's shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So roll me a dex check really quick just to see if you fell off when he moved.
I don't think a 6 is gonna do it.
It's fine. It was 5.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just if you got a 1, then I'd do something, but I just let you. You're fine. So you're on Aligrax's shoulder. He just killed an ogre in front of you and an ogre to your left, and to your 45-degree right, there's a big bad ogre, and then probably not way, but 10 or 15 feet away, there's a small zombie. The ogres are zombies, just to let you know.
Yes.
Zombie ogres. Ogres.
Big bad ogre. Is it the same one? The same size as the one that Aligrax just took out?
Yep.
He took a lot of damage.
Okay, I'm going for that guy.
All right.
And I'm going to use. Well, I don't need to use cunning action. Yeah, I'm just gonna run up to him and sort of slide underneath and make a swing at the back of his knees.
Okay. So you're gonna jump down off Aligrax and run over there and try to knee stab him.
Yeah, well, more of like a slash across the back of him.
Okay, gotcha. Roll me an attack roll. Nobody is currently engaged with him, so I don't think you get sneak attack damage.
That's all right. I'm engaging with him right now.
All right. Someone else has to.
Well, congratulations, you two.
23.
23 hits. Roll me some damage.
When's the date?
9.
It's the 9th? That's in 4 days.
No,
What?
that's 9
That's
damage.
a-
9
quick.
damage.
Plan a wedding in
Quick
4
wedding.
days. Wow.
I don't think I can get a venue for the bachelor party that quick.
That's fine. I've got one.
It's all right. We wanted
We've
we
got a
wanted to do it
swamp.
quick. We're very excited. We're just gonna have it right here in the swamp.
This is
That's
great.
nice.
Got
So
a
the
gallon of
obelisk.
whiskey. We're good.
So Oliver, you do a couple of little like ping ping slices on the back of his leg, and he reaches down and like scratches it, and then he's like in the zone, so he barely even noticed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, bad that he didn't notice the damage, but good that he didn't really notice me.
He did notice you, and he's gonna take a swing at you
Oh. Okay.
if your turn's over.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. He's gonna take a swing at you, and let's see. Let's do this maneuver here. Whee! All right. I don't think an 8 hits you.
Sure doesn't.
You got lucky, you son of a. All right. Let me go for. So the zombie that's currently being attacked by Turolo, he is going to take a swing at Turolo.
Shield up.
Does a 18 hit you?
Just.
Just
Whew.
barely. All right. He's going to do 4 damage to you.
I'll just wince in pain and get ready for another.
So he sort of just swings across you, baps you across the face. Bap, 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 bap. All right. Next up, that's the zombies' turns because they got obliterated. So Rain, you are next. The zombie in front of you's down. Oliver's behind the big ogre zombie, and the ogre zombie's like looking at him like, "I'm gonna mess you up, bro. What do you want to do?" Torello's in combat, getting punched in the face.
Is it just that one zombie that's up?
There's a big zombie in front of you and the smaller zombie to your right.
Alright. Is the big zombie... You know what? I'm just gonna jump the big zombie. I'm just gonna leap at him and just go to town with my swords. Swinging, slashing.
Excellent. So you'll move up, and you're going to be behind him, and I think you get advantage on this attack, on your attack rolls,
Okay.
because you're flanking.
Alright, and I will be imbuing one of my attacks with my my psychic damage, so I'm gonna have fun with that.
Gotcha. Cool.
So, alright. 16 for the first one, 21 for the second.
Hit and hit.
And then for damage,
Damage!
it's gonna be, let's see, it's gonna be 15. 15 damage.
15 damage. All right. So Rain comes up behind really quick. He's like, "What's up, bro?" And he's like, "I'm a zombie. I don't know what you're saying." And they're like, slices on him. And just all along his back. And he roars at you. And he's not happy. And there is just a little bit of blood that begins to trickle out of his back. Next up is Turolo.
I'm gonna wipe whatever muck off my face was left from that fist and using my sword just swing down at its head at the little one directly in front of me and just under my breath say, "Die, beast." And I'll make my first longsword attack against him.
Yep.
11.
11 hits. Roll me some damage.
Oh my goodness, that is a 4 points of slashing damage.
Your goodness, you come in and cut into his shoulder, and he's a zombie, so he doesn't really notice, but he's still like.
He's still up. Okay, I'm just gonna grumble to try and mimic what he was doing, and with my second attack go one more time with my longsword.
Alrighty.
That's a bit better. That's a 23 to hit,
23 does hit.
and then that's a whole 3 points of damage.
Oh no! So you did 4 points initially, right?
I did.
And now you did
Yeah.
3. Just double checking. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
He's still up, man. I hate to tell you this, but he's still up. He's not. He's just, and he's got like all these cuts, and he's like bleeding, and he's like sort of lolling off to the side, like one of the cuts in his chest. His right arm's like falling off, but from the chest. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter. It's happening. Ugh. So
I just take one quick look over at Algarax, who just felled half of them, and just shake my head slightly and then get ready for a strike against me.
All right. Let's go to Carly. So to your right, the beast that Torolo is fighting is not looking so hot, and then the big old bad zombie boy just is smacking around or trying to smack around your friend.
Okay. Aligrax has the big ones. I think I'm gonna just move over and fire a firebolt at the little guy next to Torolo.
All right, that's a spell attack, yes.
Yep.
All right, do it to it.
16.
16 will hit. Roll me some damage.
All right. 10.
All right, so Torolo, you're standing there and you're readying for the next attack when all of a sudden this flame of fire just whoosh, just whooshes past you, sort of singeing the hairs on your face. And when you look up, the zombie is there, but his head is not. It is gone, and he sort of falls backwards, plunk, making a undignified plop in the mud and the muck.
I look back and just say, good shot. I'm
That's
just
it.
tired, I swear.
Fire brothers, man. You got fire magic? That's awesome. We're brothers.
I'll smile widely at that.
Carly takes a bit of warming up too. All right, Aligrax, it is your maneuver. You've got just big boy Zombo left.
Just big boy Zombo?
He's looking all right, but he's got some cuts,
Hmm.
some chops.
Alrighty. Let's bonus action move my hunter's mark to him. So he's not gonna be too happy. And then I'm gonna take a swing at him.
Okay.
And that is going to be an 18.
18 hit. Yep, you're good.
Alright, perfect. And that is going to do 28 damage.
28 damage. He's still standing, but he is not looking very good. Your sort of radiant cuts are like blasting throughout him and carving like deep gashes. You see a little bit of like his intestines coming out of the side. Ew, gross. So
This is a long shot. Can I tell if he looks coconutable?
roll me an investigation.
Would he succumb to the
Power of the coconut.
subtly sweet power of the coconut?
Venice,
Investigation
let me
is
explain.
16.
16. Venice, let me explain.
I don't know whether you want whether I want your explanation. I just want to. Oh, I'm just overwhelmed with excitement about this. No, tell me.
You'll figure it out in a couple weeks now. So they ran into a shop in the woods, and one of the items there was a coconut, but it's a greater coconut, and so every time you kill something with it, you get 1/10 of a +1. So after you kill 10 creatures, you get a +1 just to the hit for this coconut. So eventually you can have a coconut that always hits, but it only deals a d4 of damage. So,
Which is unfortunate.
which is unfortunate, yeah.
Beautiful.
But it'll hit every time. He does not look coconutable quite yet. He's not ripe.
Okay.
I mean, he's ripe. He's smelling bad, but
I'm gonna do it anyway.
okay. Roll me an attack roll. +1 with your coconut.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's a 16.
16 on it.
Okay, so the coconut's still a melee weapon.
Correct. So it's a
Perfect.
strength. You're not finessing with a coconut.
No, that's fine, but I still get Hunter's Mark, which is an extra d6.
Right, yeah.
And I'm gonna use a second level Divine Smite to add 4d8.
Okay.
That's how you kill a zombie with a coconut.
Ooh, boy. Zombies gods are smiling in my favor tonight. Alright. It's just plus strength?
Yeah.
Alright. I sincerely hope this works.
I think I'm gonna let you do this. Looking back, I think the coconut might be improvised.
Still melee though. It's either melee or ranged.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and run it. I mean, whatever. Tell me the damage, and then yeah, that's fine.
Jesus. He's gonna take 42 damage.
All right.
From a coconut.
From
Let
a
me
coconut
paint you a picture real quick.
with second level divine smite.
How do you want to do this?
I'm just gonna
Oh man.
I'm gonna look over at Tarolo with a sympathetic smile, put my sword away, grab a coconut, and just whack this thing on the head, full force with like blinding white light.
All right. So, Torella, you're looking over and you're looking at this sort of impressive, like, holy warrior purple cape flowing in the wind, and you watch curiously as he sheaths his sword and reaches into his bag and produces a coconut, and you're like, hungry in the middle of battle? Odd, but no. He runs and leaps into the air, and like Michael in what is it, Space Jam, his arm sort of extends out, and you see these veins and these rippling muscles bulging, and he just brings his coconut down, and as it crushes into the skull, a brilliant, bright white light blinds the entire field, and almost a wave of energy comes off of it. It's more of just it doesn't knock you over, but it pushes you, and you feel this force. And after your vision like refocuses, you're looking at this holy warrior, coconut in one clawed hand, and a little bit of steam coming off of him. Cape
So
billowing in the wind.
Oh, that's amazing.
Are you regretting giving him the coconut yet?
Not yet. That was awesome.
Very good.
Give it time.
Yeah.
I just thought of the combination of Divine Smite and Hunter's Mark. I didn't even think about that before.
It works, man.
That is amazing.
Eventually, that's going to be like a plus 20 or 30 coconut. He's going to throw it at some god tier being and hit it. And it's going to get its attention just because it's like, did you just throw a coconut at me? Yes. Yes, I did.
You know, eventually we're going to get to creatures you can't kill in one hit, and then what's going to happen?
I'll use like a 6th level Divine Smite.
Every
With my
time we get
coconut.
into a fight and you come out and do shit like this, I'm just like calibrating, make them harder, calibrating.
Anti-coconut fights.
Yeah, you're on a desert island with a million coconuts, and you somehow drop yours, and it rolls away, and you have to search for these millions of coconuts.
Detect magic.
No, it's not magical. It's just a really good coconut.
Run into a random sorcerer who just happens to have the highly specific anti-coconut spell. All it does is reduces all coconut damage to 0. That's all the spell does.
Some novice magician who like did that as his thesis in magic school. It's just like, dude, you get a D for it. It's like, when is this ever going to be useful?
So I'm looking at our Twitch chat. Somebody asked if his range. It does not work as range. It's a melee weapon only. Yeah, Space Jam was the song, and I think I will give the coconut blonde tips like it goes Super Saiyan. That sounds perfect.
That's awesome.
That's great.
That's so cool.
Thank you, Featherin, for that suggestion. All right, so the ogre zombie, that where it once stood, there's now like a force of energy has pushed the water back, and it's now sort of coming back together. You now stand at the foot of this obelisk, and from the distance, you were not exactly aware of its size, but it is probably about 30 or 40 feet up, towering above you, giving off a very, very ominous glow. Aligrax, you in particular can sort of feel the negative energy from this thing sort of radiating off of it. There is a opening down at the bottom, and looking inside, even with your dark vision, it's still hard to make, whoever has it, it's hard to make out too much of the passage that takes almost a sharp decline down into the earth.
I'm just gonna write down what I saw on that piece of scroll that's on my shield. I'm just gonna pen to paper write down like magical coconut of power or something like that, and keep it on
And
my
his
shield
cape
always.
is magical too. He can actually billow it on command.
Yeah.
That was another thing that they found in the shop.
I'm just gonna look at my long sword, my mundane long sword, and just throw it into the swamp, and it's gonna disappear.
Torello has a longsword now. I'll take that off of your equipment real quick. Hang on.
Yeah, do that.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm no, in game I'm legit gonna do that though.
Oh really? Okay,
But you'll know why later.
Okay.
I also have a ladle.
It's not a +1 ladle though.
It's just a regular old ladle.
Just a plain old ladle.
All right, we don't need to go through everybody's inventory. Let's snap back into it. So you guys see Torello toss his longsword into the swamp as he described.
What'd you do that for?
I feel like you're gonna need that.
I was hasty, and I'm just going to half attempt to look for it and not find it on purpose, but just make a bit of a show that I'm looking for it, and turn back to them and say, "Leader's lost. Are we entering this, or can I just marvel at your powers for some time longer?"
Well, you got fire
Well.
powers, man. You don't need that sword. You're pretty awesome.
Thank you. It's appreciated, but I can see that I am outmatched. I'm just tired. That's all. It's been a long few days.
We understand that.
Let's go see what's in there. It's probably pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Nah, it's probably
Sit
just
in.
something else that wants to kill us. It's a Tuesday.
I hope it's a puppy. I kind of want it to be a puppy.
Well, it might be a canine of some sort, but I think puppy would be a strong word for
Yeah,
whatever
I don't
might
think
be
a
in there.
puppy would make it in here.
Oh, a puppy might make it in here. It might not make it out.
Well, I mean the swamp, you know.
If you guys could see under Oliver's hood, he's crying a little bit.
All right, let's get in.
All right, guys. You guys want to go?
Let's.
Yeah, let's go, but we're not going to bring any puppies.
What happened with the puppy? I don't want to know. Never mind. I forgot. Whatever it is, I forgot. Whatever it is, I forgot. All right, so you guys, what is your order of march in here?
Who's got dark vision again? I do.
I do.
I do.
I do not.
I do not, but we can strike up a torch.
Yeah, we can do that. All right, so we should definitely have dark vision up front and probably in the back.
I'll go second. Torello will go second.
All right, I'll stick towards the back like I usually do.
So I guess I'll take front. If no one else is volunteering.
I can. I just thought you usually like to take it for like navigation, but I guess I don't have dark vision, so
I can. Torello will go up front. That's all right. I'll take out my short bow and ready it and go out front slowly. Just make sure that behind me, everyone's catching up.
Okay.
Okay, so Torello, then
I guess then Rain.
okay, and then
Aligrax for sure.
yeah, I'll go
Grex,
Yeah.
after him.
and then Oliver, and then
Then-
Charlie.
Yep.
Is that cool?
Yep.
We good? Oh, if you write it out, it spells coart.
Is that a word?
Trauk. Just whatever. DM stuff. Don't worry about it.
Hey everyone, Mike again. Thanks so much for listening to our podcast and showing your support. If you enjoy what we do, would like to support us, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/lastnerdsonearth. We've got some great rewards, including the chance to name a character, submit items, and even getting a shout out, which I'm doing right now. So here's a big special thanks to John Diffley and our newest patron, Carl. We do really appreciate your help, you guys. We love hearing your feedback by rating and reviewing us on iTunes, tweeting at us at LastNerdsEarth, and following our Facebook and Instagram at LastNerdsOnEarth. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. They're pretty
Luckily,
dumb.
I did roll a perception for them, but yeah.
Okay, I'm
Can't sound lucky.
while they're trying to figure out our new
Just ignore
friend,
that. Sorry.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the zombies.
Okay.
So at
One
least
second.
one of us is.
Sure. Yeah. Do the thing.
Jesus, Jack.
I fell over.
That's what editing's for right there.
Also, fun fact: I started recording audio about 4 minutes ago.
Are you
Dude.
for real?
I am for real. Here's the solution: we'll download the video from Twitch, and then we'll just explain that our DM's a fucking idiot. Pull the audio from the video from Twitch, and then put it in. And it's only like one episode, luckily. So
Okay, we can do that.
All right.
So the plan is to throw the DM under the bus. Got it.
isn't that always? Yeah. So, anyways,